This is the Voltric 70, the latest badminton racket from Yonex, finally retiring the popular Amortec 700, which was first launched way back in 2003. As you can appreciate, in the last 7 years, racket technologies have changed a lot, yet the Amortec 700 has remained the weapon of choice for many aggressive badminton players. The Yonex Voltric 70 ditches the power armour system that was so predominant in the Amortec range, in favour of the new tri-voltage system, which is designed to provide players with more power and more manoeuvrability. In fact, the only similarities the Voltric 70 has with its predecessor is its racket's balance point and shaft stiffness. The Voltric's frame is lighter, slimmer, and the CS cap is completely replaced with a traditional smaller ferrule. We have been lucky enough to be one of the first retailers in the UK to get our hands on the Yonex Voltric 70 and have spent the last couple of weeks thoroughly playtesting the frame, comparing it to the older Amortec 700 and the Woods N90 from Li-Ning.
There's a number of things that are outstanding on the Voltric 70. The new technology, the tungsten where they put it in the throat and in the 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock on the racket, gives a greater head stability but also produces far more racket head speed. This enables us to get the maximum power out of the racket. It's very good for overhead hitting. Racket head speed is a very crucial area for a lot of rackets. If you can listen really carefully, I'll just do a very quick overhead hitting action, and hopefully you'll be able to pick out how crisp the noise is of the actual racket itself. You should be able to hear how crisp that is just on racket head speed alone. If I was going to compare these to this racket, the racket that it's probably replaced is a 700 Amortec. I feel this is a much better pickup, it's a lot easier to manoeuvre. Because of the weight, it's only between 80 and 85 grams. It's so good at playing around the front part of the court as well. It just gives you an awful lot more. A lot of people might be put off the price point at 160 because I believe that's £30 more expensive than the Amortec 700. But because of this new technology and the balance and the weight of the racket, I really feel it's really good value for money, especially when you consider the likes of the 90 wood from Li-Ning. That's at least £20 more expensive, and I feel this racket has got a load more technology in it, and it's a much better feel and pickup. I think the value for money on this racket is second to none. The new technology far supersedes the old Amortec technology in my opinion. The design of this particular racket is it's a lot thicker in the T-piece area, and it's thicker at 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock up in the top part of the head. Because of the weight differential in the head itself, it actually generates more racket head speed, and obviously with it being a slim shaft, it actually generates a very fast pullback when you're generating power. I think it's an exciting new technology. I hope to do more rackets in this way. Because the tungsten that's in key areas on this particular head, it actually makes the head even more stable. And obviously with the traditional T-piece section that Yonex put in all their frames, the head stability is always guaranteed. The graphics of the racket, I think it's very sharp and very clean, very clear. You can clearly see where the technology is in the racket, where the built-up areas are. So the features of the racket are there for everyone to see. The only negative I can see on this racket is that Yonex have said that it can only be strung up to £24. I think that will affect a lot of top-end players because a lot of top players prefer to have much higher string tension in the frame. After play testing the racket for about 2 weeks now, and I've got really used to it, it's almost my favourite racket. I'd really recommend this for lots of different standards of players, from full internationals to even improvers, because of what the racket gives you. For me, I just think it's a cracking racket, and I think the new technology is very exciting.